Hi and welcome to Arcadia Home Care. This video will show you your guide on how to use the ClearCare website. Now to be able to go to the website, you just go ahead and copy this link and paste it in your browser using your laptop or your desktop. Once you have this on your browser already, this site is going to open up. Now you need to log in and provide your email address and password. If you do not have this information yet, please make sure to email our HR manager so she can give you this information. So once you have that in, just go ahead and click login, and this is going to show up. It says here calendar for Betty Jones. In your case, this will say calendar for your name. Now it says here also you have one unconfirmed shift. An unconfirmed shift is highlighted by an orange color. Now in this case, to navigate through the calendar, you can either click the month or the week or the day, and you can shift through days or weeks using the arrow keys. You can see here there are highlighted shifts as well, but it's in blue color, so it means these shifts are probably over and done with, or you have confirmed them already. So let's go ahead and look for that orange colored shift. In this case, the orange colored shift is on April 8th, Friday. Just go ahead and click that box, and this is going to show up. Now this bubble will have all the information you need for the client. Now let's make this bigger so you can see it much better. It has the shift information. Now the shift information will have your client's name. In this case it says Home Care Arcadia, so that means it's the last name and the first name. It says pending confirmation because you have not confirmed your shift. It will have the client's phone number and email, the link to their assessment and care plan, the link to their emergency information, the link on how to get to the client's home or facility where they're located at. It has the date of your shift, the start time and end time, the status of the shift, which is of course pending, we have not confirmed it, the tasks you need to do for this client. So for example, you need to assist into and out of the shower, assist with transfer, and so on. Now the schedule in this case says repeats weekly every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until December 31st of 2017, and the time is still 10 p.m. up to 11 p.m. However, in some cases, this is going to be just a one-time shift, so whatever informations appear would be the same thing here. Now, if you want to accept this shift, just go ahead and click accept, and this bubble is going to open up. It says, are you sure you have chosen to accept all shifts in this series? Click yes to continue or no to go back. Of course, since you're accepting the shift, just click yes, and this box is going to close. The next thing you need to know is the emergency information of the client, which is very important. Now, to find out what's the emergency information, just click this part here, and this is going to show up. This bubble is going to open up and says emergency information for Arcadia Home Care. In this case, your client's name. This client has no emergency contacts, but of course, usually your client will have a relative or anyone who is has power of attorney for them, and the contact information of that person, either a phone number or an email. And most importantly, you need to know if the client has allergies. So in this case, Arcadia Home Care is allergic to bananas and nuts. When you're done with reading this information, just go ahead and click X, and then you can proceed to finding out how to get to that client. So as you can see here in this button here, you just go ahead and click that, and a new browser is going to open up and show you where the location of the client is. This information here on the top left corner will say your address, and the second line will show your client's address. Now, it will also provide you on whether using your car or transit, how to get to the client. So you can just choose the car or transit or even walking. to find out how and how fast you can get to the client. The next thing you need to know is when you go back to this bubble is the assessment and care plan of your client. So when you go ahead and click that, a new tab is going to open up with the assessment and care plan. Now the care finder match criteria is just information about you. That's why you've been matched with this client. Their requirement is actually someone with dementia experience who has CPR, first aid, and so on. The next thing you need to know is the care needs. However, this one's blank, but usually this will have your client's information. Next would be the demographics of your client, his date of birth, his age, his height and weight, and the gender, of course, the marital status, if they have a spouse, the spouse's name, and who he lives with, religion, and so on. The next thing you need to know is just go ahead down that site, and this you will see the activities of daily living. So here are the things that you need to do with the client. Everything is listed here. And next will be mental and behavior conditions. Of course, you need to know how the client would behave once you get there. So this will have the information, whether they have depression, anxiety, paranoia, and so on. Next is their ambulation. Of course, you need to find out whether they can walk or they use a cane or if they have poor balance. So this is the one that all you need to know about the care plan and assessment. Now, the next thing you need to find out is when you get to the client and need to clock in for your shift. Now, clocking in and out of your shift using the telephone, we have this link for that video. Now, please make sure you use the client's home phone and you'd remember this phone number most importantly. It is 1-855-969-5564. Please save this number already. Again, we have to stress out that you have to use the client's home phone or the facility's the facility's phone to clock in so that we are assured that you are actually in the client's residence already. Now again, please copy this link to find out on how to log in using the phone of the client. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email the HR manager or the RPN case manager regarding any questions about this video. Again, thanks and have a great day.